Today we have picked a chapter from the fundamentals of physical geography. This is chapter 8. It's a composition and structure of atmosphere. The atmosphere, which is the mixture of numerous gases, is the gaseous cover of earth and is held around it by the gravitational mixture and rotate with it. Like lithosphere and hydrosphere, the atmosphere too is an integral part of the planet Earth and is inseparable from it. This atmosphere differs from the lithosphere and the hydrosphere. It is a colorless, odorless, and tasteless substance. Besides, it is mobile, elastic, and compressible. And most interesting fact about the air is that we do not feel its presence unless there is a horizontal movement in it. The horizontal motion of air is called wind. In the definition of atmosphere, it's a mixture of different gases and is an envelope of the earth all around. The composition of atmosphere which is described as the blanket of earth surrounding it. This envelope of earth consists many gases, a number of solid as well as liquid particles called aerosols. It includes the 78% nitrogen, 20.95% oxygen, and the mixture of these two important gases, nitrogen and oxygen, which is the integral part of earth mass and 99% of the total mass of atmosphere. Apart from these two gases, other gases only consist less than 1%. It is figure 8.1 where you can see the table which shows the different gases. This is nitrogen, oxygen, argon, carbon dioxide, neon, helium, crypto, xenon, hydrogen. And the percentage of these two gases have been given, which shows the two gases, nitrogen, oxygen, is more than 99% and rest of the gases is less than 1%. All these gases in the atmosphere have different function to perform in the atmosphere. Very first, nitrogen is so essential to all the forms of life. This is important constant of organic matter. It does not easily enter into chemical union with any other substance, but as it is an important constituent of organic compound, nitrogen serves mainly as diluents. It is relatively inactive chemically, though many of its compounds are very active. Its main function in the atmosphere is to regulate combustion. Then this second most important gas, this is oxygen, which constitute 20.95%. It is all living organism which inhale oxygen. It means no life is possible without oxygen. It is capable of combining with all other elements to form different compounds. It is essential for most combustion. When any substance burns, oxygen is consumed. So this is important for combustion. The third most important gas, this is carbon dioxide. In short, this is called CO2. it is a product of combustion and constituent only 0.03% of the dry air. And the green plant in the process of photosynthesis extract carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and utilize it. It is exhaled by animal being an efficient absorber of heat from the upper atmosphere as well as earth. Carbon dioxide is considered to be of great climatic significance. This is meteorologically very important gas as it is transparent to incoming solar radiation but opaque to outgoing terrestrial radiation. So this work as greenhouse gas and it is one of the most important greenhouse gas. Its role in atmosphere and its possible impact on climate can be understood that despite the fact that the proportion of carbon dioxide is relatively constant in air, its percentage is gradually rising for more than a century. By burning fossil fuels such as coal, oil and natural gas, we are steadily adding more and more of this gas in our atmosphere, due to which temperature of earth is increasing. So this is most responsible gas for the global warming. The third important gas is the ozone, is also a greenhouse gas. Chemical composition is O3. This gas, which is a type of oxygen molecule formed of the three atoms rather than the two, like oxygen, it is mainly found in very small quantity in upper atmosphere. It is less than 0.0005% by volume and it is uniformly distributed in the atmosphere. The greatest concentration of atmosphere is between 10 to 50 km from the earth's surface at the higher level and transported downward. It is the most efficient absorber of burning ultraviolet rays, so it helps in the absorption of ultraviolet rays of the sun and protect human habitation as well as all living organism. The ozone sphere protects us from the excessive quantity of these deadly rays which come from the sun. Water vapor, which is also an important part of atmosphere, its account only 4% volume of air, while in dry and in cold areas its volume is less than 1%. Water vapor is one of the most variable gas in our atmosphere, which is present in small amount, but it is very important. Water vapor is always present in some proportion in the lower atmosphere. The water vapor content of air may be vary from 0.02% by volume in cold air and 4% in humid areas. The significance of water vapor can be understood. It is also as this is also a greenhouse gas and this is meteorologically very important gas. Like carbon dioxide, water vapor play a significant role in the insulating action of the atmosphere. In addition, it absorbs not only the long wave terrestrial radiation but also a part of incoming solar radiation. So it is important to control in regulating the precipitation through the condensation of water vapor. Vast amount of energy released into the atmosphere in the form of latent heat of condensation. Then it is the dust particle. These are small solid particles which originate from the sea salt, fine soil, smoke, soot, ash and pollen dust. There are innumerable dust particles which are held in suspension in a lower layer of the atmosphere. It may be you can noted dust particles include all solid particles present in air excepting the gaseous and water vapor. These are concentrated in lower layer of atmosphere, and these are meteorological point of view are very important and very significant, as they absorb a part of incoming solar radiation, also part of insolation. The shortwave length of the blue light is scattered by molecule of air and fine dust, so it also helps in scattering of light. Some of the dust particles which act as hygroscopic nuclei, these dust particles which act as hygroscopic nuclei around which water vapor condenses and produces the cloud. So dust particle is a major contributory factor in the formation of clouds and the fog. Thank you.